everyone. I am your host, Andrea Chapman, and welcome to Insight into Our Mysterious Behavior. Last session we talked about the introduction to insight into our mysterious behavior. Influences. Hereditary traits. Let's talk about how it relates to our physical appearance. Do you or did your parents have high blood pressure? Does anyone in your family have diabetes? Is there mental illness in your family? Why do doctors ask the question about your health and mental status of your relatives? How does this relate to our physical and mental health? Now, things to remember. Traits are determined by our genes. Also, traits are determined by the interaction with the environment with our genes. Genes are the messages in our DNA that defines individual character. Now, I believe we inherit certain traits. Many of these traits, again, are passed on from a parent or other relatives. It's like a genetic code of information from heritage, including your physical appearance, your health, your character, your personality. Now, if you look real hard in your brain, in your box, you may find some very interesting positive, and negative inherited traits. In this chapter 2, session 2, I will discuss certain aspects of your appearance. Later, we will be discussing your character and your personality as they relate to your heritage and as it relates to your behavior. Now, allow your mind to reflect the present time, the past time, the future. Some of these things you may find in your box, they're funny, they're humorous, they're exciting, they're wonderful, but some of them are very frightening and doubtful and just unbelievable. I've heard people say, I can't believe I did that. And you heard yourself, right? I can't believe I did that. So I want you to keep an open mind, grow, and make changes for the better. Okay, physical appearance. Without getting too technical, let's just say genes exist that specify certain characteristics. For example, your height. You may be tall, you may be short, your facial structure may be different, your body shape is different, your weight is different, and the color of your eyes. Physical traits affects what is in your mysterious box. Again, traits can be passed on from generation to generation. And you heard your mother say, oh my goodness, your eyes, it looks like your granddad. And then you're looking in the neighborhood and your neighbors see 5 children. One of the 5 children has red hair. You say the father had no red hair, the mother had no red hair, the other children. So why this girl has red hair? And so you get to buzzing, unnecessary gossip, yakety yak stuff. And the mother, what does his mother do? She said, children, I want to remind you that my grandmother had red hair. And so she said, okay, let's look at the family album. And they look at a picture of their great-grandmother, which has beautiful red hair. Now, solely, you have no problem understanding that physical traits can be passed on from generation to generation to the next. Now, if you think appearance is not a problem, like Naomi Wolf, she wrote a book on myth, as it relates to your figure. And she said that the typical model or actress is significantly below what the medical establishment has considered healthy body weight. The desire to look like a model or actress has contributed to what we term an outbreak in eating disorder among females. She further said 1 out of 10 female women develop an eating disorder while in college. But that doesn't stop there. 8 years old want to look slim and thin. So there's an eating disorder. Anorexia is one of them. And it's an abnormal low body weight. The fear of gaining weight, a distorted perception of your weight. Okay, and then you have bulimia. And that is another obsession, desire to lose weight, in which you just eat, and then you want to overeat, and then you want to vomit, purge yourself, and sometimes fasting. And there's some people that just eat too much. It's like a binge. They go on. They eat large amount of food. It's an eating disorder. Okay? The media, well, they play a large role in all this. Not only women, but men have problems with their appearance as well. Okay? Their body shape, their color, their hair, the skin, all colognes, all of that. Cosmetic surgery among men and women has become $1 million industry. I say $1 trillion industry. People complain about, oh, my nose too wide, my lips too thick or too thin, my breasts too big or they're too small, my face is all wrinkled. Now, I'm sure you heard some of these complaints, and you probably made some yourself. Like it or not, your physical trait may have positive or negative effect on your behavior. For example, let's say you inherit your father's big nose and big thick lips, and people making fun of you. People can say very cruel things about people's appearance. Children do too. And we don't even want to talk about the bullies. They just take it to the next level. So you're going to do one or two things. You're going to accept or reject who you are. And if you reject who you are and your appearance, you reject it, you don't like it, you're withdrawn. You're shy. But you sometimes become loud and very angry at the world. On the other hand, if you accept who you are, you become confident, you become positive, you just love it. Being too small for me was a problem when I was young. Being dark skinned, not everybody accepted back in the day. But now I am confident, I like who I am. My husband makes me feel good about myself. I've been married for over 50 years and he's always seen me as a beautiful woman. Now when I was young, I got married, I was 35, I decided to join the 200 Club. You know what that's like. But his affection for me never changed. He never treated me differently. He's such a wonderful person. He's a keeper. Okay? So, you think about being cursed being a problem. A curse of being beautiful is a problem. Why do you say that? Why do I say that? Because some of them are arrogant. They think they can do and say anything to people what they consider unattractive. And they're just a mess. But they think they're all of that and then some. Then you have society that says who's ugly. And that person is ugly. But you know what people consider ugly. That they're the most wonderful, beautiful, kind people you can ever meet. And so you hold the desire to accept or reject who you are. So who has the right to set standards, what is beautiful or what is not beautiful? I think no one has that right. I really do. And so what do you think to yourself? You think to yourself that I am beautiful, and you are. That's who you are. That's who you should accept who you are, right? So you may inherit beautiful features from one of your parents, but you don't like that parent. And so when people say, oh, you look like your dad or your mom, you get very angry because you don't like them. You need to find out why. And you have children get upset when they're told that they look like their father, and you say to yourself, okay, what's that about? Why don't you look up? Why don't you look into that? On the other hand, I'm talking about you now. You become very angry with one of your children. Let's say it's your son. And you have negative comments, you do negative things that you don't do to the other children. So maybe you need to evaluate your attitude. Does he look or resemble his father who you hate? Think about that. Think about that. Now let's know. If you don't know your biological parent, that's okay. When you look in the mirror, you can safely say that you look like one of your blood parents. I have features like my mom. But I was told I had features like my biological father, whom I never knew. So in closing, when you think about all that we said, but the things I want you to remember is, what is the impact of your physical appearance that affect you? What impact does it have on you? Physical appearance and self-esteem are often closely linked. Our perception of how we look can have a huge impact on the value we place on ourselves and how much self-confidence you have in your day-to-day lives. Our next session, great session. We will do activities. You know you're not going to counseling, so here I am. I will show you how physical appearance intertwine with your character and your personality for everyday life. We're going to talk about how you affect others because of your physical appearance. That's next week. You will get opportunity, and that's what it's about, self-examining yourself by doing the exercise in the back of the book on appearance. These sessions is called Mysterious Behavior, Action, and Activities. We'll be talking about actions to make a positive change. You don't want to miss that session. Actually, you don't want to miss any of this session. You will need a pen and paper to write these vital informations about you. You're going to, again, do some self-examination. Now, this is a friendly reminder. Go to my website, AndreaLChapman.net. All these sessions will be viewed here and other places probably. And you need to purchase my book soon, Our Mysterious Behavior Box. It is on Amazon.com. If you want a personal copy and me to endorse it, you can call or text me at 301-449-1181. So, you can follow these sessions really well by having your own textbook, okay? Again, it's only 10 minutes or more, just a little more than 10 minutes. Take time to know yourself better and make changes, again, for the better. You'll be hearing me say that often. Tell all your friends and your relatives all about these behavior sessions. It's going to change their lives. Thank you for listening. See you next time. In the moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The next best thing is to do the wrong thing. But the worst ever thing you can do is nothing at all. Changes take when you do something. It never get better on its own. Thank you very much. My name is Andrea. It sure was nice talking to you again, and I will see you on our next session, session 3 on character. Thank you.
Positive thought makes a positive you. Positive thought makes a positive you.